Good morning. How are you today? I am I'm alive and fabulous. I'm getting ready to have a cup of Joe. Oh man, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just, one of the reasons I did this was because I wanted to feel like I was communicating with people. Isolating last year had a really bad effect on me for a period of time, and it was awful. You know, but that's nothing compared. Look, I'm not. I'm just. That's a story of 100 million stories, right? But I was thinking about, obviously right now, 20 years ago, we were in a panic, and it set me off thinking about, like we're all doing it. At least most of us, I guess. Remembering where we were and all that stuff, and I was driving to work. So I was a little late, and I saw the second one in the cafeteria of the place I worked at, and feeling like I couldn't breathe, like you all did, you know, so hard because I was worried about my mom, because I was in Kentucky at the time, and then I called her. She was sleeping. She had no idea what's going on. Anyway, but I'm not doing this to talk about the 11th. We've done that 1,000 times in our lives. Man, I was remembering September 12th. And once the initial shock wore off, how for a brief period of time, I guess a span of weeks maybe, months maybe, I don't remember exactly when it all started going south. But for a brief period in time, all the things that are being used against us to split us apart by people who are doing it on purpose didn't matter. For a brief period, being an American wasn't something shameful. Now, I guarantee you today, there are people that will want to post something with hashtag never forget, but they won't because they're afraid to look too patriotic. Okay? I mean, I'm not judging. At least you feel it, you know. But I remember September 12th today and the period of time afterwards where all of that was gone. And we had a common identity that nothing could break apart. The people who actively grifted at the time, or active political pundits who pushed their side and made money doing so, were silent. They had to be. No one was paying attention to them. Because we had been attacked. And then you watch the scenes at the sites where the tragedy happened. And police officers and people and firemen and all those poor folks who died. They must have been terrified. Golly, what a way. I can't even think about that because that breaks my heart. But all they did was go to work, right? And I have a funny feeling, regardless of their race or gender or sexual whatever, I bet they were holding each other. You know? But no, not today. Not allowed. And it didn't matter. And cops and whoever running towards a building that's going to fall. I remember thinking that. I was like, within 5 minutes, I was like, this thing has no chance of staying up. Get the fuck out of there. You know? But that's me thinking my way. I don't have the balls of a cop or a fireman. I don't have those balls. Certainly not theirs. And it hurts. It really hurts. Because we're allowing this. You understand what I'm saying? We're actively participating in this. When these people slam these wedges into the wood to split us apart, I don't know how far away we're standing. I don't know if we're trying to take the hammer out of their hands, or are we trying to help them based on whether we think they're right or wrong, or whether we think the other side is evil. You know, because that's become a thing as well. If you don't agree with me, you're evil. I don't think you're evil if you disagree with me. Even if it's an extreme ideology. To an extent, we all have our extents. If you're an actual Nazi, yeah, I think you're an idiot. If you're an actual true Maoist who believes in the subjugation of individuals to the state, yeah, you know, we're not going to have much common ground here. But I like to think the vast majority of us are in the middle. Excuse me. But we're letting people push us to one side or the other. How about you don't let it happen? How about you don't? How about, as opposed to condemning people because of who they vote for, talk to the people and ask them why they voted for them? Instead of saying that one person over there, excuse me, I just woke up. That one person over there, I don't, whatever. I have one thing not in common with them. I've said this 1,000 times. If you just have the courage to talk to somebody, you're going to find out, excuse me, Jesus, you're going to find out that you have 10 things in common with them. And then you have to ask yourself, who are the people that are keeping you from having those conversations? No one's going to keep me from having conversations. See, I know people may watch this and be like, what the fuck is this idiot? Who the hell does he think he is? I don't think I'm anybody. That's the point. I don't think I'm anyone. I'm you. I'm you. I'm one of these cats just trying to get around on this planet. Finding a way to exist. Figure all this shit out. No different. But when this thing all goes south, and it feels like it's going to, at least I can look in the mirror and say, well, fuck, at least you tried. This is why when I see people engaging in these political rallies where it's really not about unification, it's more about winning. It just, I can't. 32 years as a registered independent for a fucking reason. These people are shit. And it's going to get worse, folks. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. If you've studied history, this ain't the first time. This is the same story that is played out over and over and over and over and over. And here we are, actively engaging, throwing fuel on the fire. Because this is what's supposed to happen, I guess. I don't know. But at least we had September 12th. Gosh, it was beautiful. And I guess I'd leave it with this. As divided as we've allowed people to make us, as divided as we've allowed it, What's it going to take? What's it going to take? An event like 9/11, I'm not sure, does what 9/11 did for those few weeks for America and for people. It would have to be something bigger. That's not fun to think of. It's not fun to think of. I don't know. I got my own faults. I got a lot of them. Jesus. So I don't know. I really do love you. Whoever you are. My faith got me through it. I think a lot of people just said, I mean, that's what I think faith is for a lot of people. It's just as ridiculous as some people think it is. It's not ridiculous to me. I said this before too. I mean, if you've ever said that guy, he's pretty cool. Without it, I'm not cool. Trust me. The me without my faith, people have experienced that. Selfish, pathetic, mean, hard-hearted. Maybe I still am too, but at least I try not to be. So this is, I don't know. This is just a remembrance of, first of all, thank you for all the people that helped that day. Certainly thank you to all the people who didn't make it. And I'll always have them in my heart, right? Man, we're in for some tough sledding. And I wonder if we're asking for it. Why would we do that? I don't know. It's weird. But if I can help, let me know. I don't know. I really do. Whatever you're doing, I mean, I guess I'll take Monday off. I don't even know. See what happens. Gosh, I love you. I really do. Have a good weekend.